Section 382.603 requires that all persons designated to supervise drivers receive at least 60 minutes of training on alcohol misuse and an additional 60 minutes of training on controlled substance use. This required training is used by supervisors to determine whether reasonable suspicion exists to require a driver to undergo testing under Section 382.307. This course is designed to help satisfy the reasonable suspicion training requirements under 49 CFR Part 382. In addition, this course will help all persons designated to supervise CMV drivers gain confidence in regards to their reasonable suspicion testing responsibilities by covering the prohibitions, the reasonable suspicion process, effects of alcohol misuse and drug use, and what happens after the alcohol or drug test is done. After completing this course, you will be able to describe the regulations that apply to reasonable suspicion testing, including the alcohol and drug prohibitions, identify the 5 steps in the reasonable suspicion process, and explain how to successfully execute each step, and recognize the signs and symptoms of alcohol abuse and drug use, and describe what to look for when determining reasonable suspicion. Even if your job title doesn't include the word supervisor, don't assume the regulation doesn't apply to you. The regulation refers to all persons designated to supervise drivers. This could include dispatchers, lead workers or foremen, and managers with various responsibilities. If your responsibilities include any aspects of overseeing drivers, the regulation applies to you. This is a very important responsibility, as you may be the only person to have regular contact with your motor carrier's drivers. Your knowledge of your drivers, observation skills, and ability in handling what could be a touchy situation could keep a potentially impaired driver off the road. The Department of Transportation or DOT regulations that restrict drivers' use of alcohol and drugs are known as prohibitions. In basic terms, alcohol and drug use that could affect the performance of a safety-sensitive function is prohibited. A driver is considered to be performing safety-sensitive functions from the time he begins work or is required to be ready to work until he is relieved from all work responsibilities. So, obviously, driving is a safety-sensitive function, but so are things like loading and unloading, supervising others who are loading or unloading, inspecting a CMV, and even waiting for assistance with a disabled vehicle. For a complete list of safety-sensitive functions in a downloadable PDF, click on Resources above the menu on the right. Alcohol misuse and drug use that could affect the performance of any safety-sensitive functions is strictly prohibited. Click on the buttons below to learn more about the prohibitions. You must click on each button to continue. The alcohol prohibitions are designed to prevent drivers from using alcohol while on duty, within 4 hours of reporting for duty, and within 8 hours after an accident if a post-accident test has not been administered. Drivers are also not allowed to refuse a required alcohol test under these regulations. The drug prohibitions are designed to prevent drivers from using drugs. Drivers are also not allowed to refuse a required drug test. For a complete list of drugs identified in 21 CFR 1308.11 Schedule 1 in a downloadable PDF, click on Resources above the menu on the right.